Our mother country is calling. For country, for honor, for freedom. We will crush the fascist monstrosity.
Before I talk about today's video, I'd like to explain the purpose of this channel. My intention is to produce historical videos by weaving various primary sources together and provide you with a collage of associated material. When possible, this will include both printed and film footage. We'll be covering Axis, Allied, and neutral countries. There will also be plenty of material from the collaborationist regimes, which to be honest is often the most interesting material. I have no political agenda. If that sounds interesting, please remember to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so that you're notified when I release something new. For today, we'll come back to the Russian propaganda series Front Illustrierte. That we somehow ended up with the Soviet Union's most famous World War II propaganda artist Aleksandr Zhitomirsky's personal bound collection is absolutely fantastic. Today we'll look at leaflet number 2 from 1941 and we'll talk about its content. We'll look at a clip from a Soviet training film for propagandists, and then finally we'll see more from the 1941 film that the introduction clip comes from. During the last 40 seconds of this video, I've animated one of my favorite photomontages that Zhitomirsky produced for the May 1942 edition of Front Illustrierte. I think it works well, and I'd be interested in hearing what you think about it in the comment section below. Okay, here we are looking at the Front Illustrierte series for the German soldier. This is number 2, August of 1941, the second one that was produced in the series. And the main title says, "The best German divisions have already been destroyed," and that the German army has left hundreds of its heavy artillery pieces behind on the battlefield, and that there's thousands of destroyed tanks and airplanes that have also been left behind. Here we see a captured Fieseler Storch. This plane was used for reconnaissance and for transporting important individuals. We have a photomontage of a plane burning. I say photomontage because it's an altered photograph to make it look like it's a burning wreck. Here we have some captured and destroyed German armor, airplanes. This says, "Soldiers don't believe Hitler's lying propagandists. The history of the war from 1914 to 1918 will be repeated. The German armies can't win a two-front war. Leave the doomed army," it says.
Много дней немецкий солдат, бывший батрак.
In this Russian training film for propagandists, it's shown exactly what this type of propaganda was supposed to achieve. A German soldier has surrendered to Soviet troops. When brought to an officer, the German produces a special pass which he's gotten from one of these propaganda leaflets. It says, "With this pass you can go through the front lines. Stop the murder. Save your life. Come over to us and you are guaranteed safety, fair treatment, and after the war you will be able to go home." The soldier is asked some easy questions and his interrogators seem to be satisfied. The soldier is obviously relieved. He's led away to safety. Here we're looking at page 2 and 3 of the leaflet. It was actually just one large page, was printed on both sides and folded in half, and that's how it got the 4 pages. At the top here it says, "In a Russian prisoner of war camp, you'll be safe, you'll be well fed, and you'll be happy." Here's a picture of a German soldier being interrogated. He's explaining intensely something. Down below we have 4 German officers that are enjoying a cup of tea together, smoking. They're relaxed. They're just talking. They don't seem to have Russian soldiers near them. They're not being bothered by them. Here we have some enlisted men that are smiling. They're reading newspapers even. It says here that it's better to be safe and in a prisoner of war camp than to die on the front. It says that they're able to write letters and drink coffee and tea, and are well taken care of. They receive enough food. As you can see, everybody seems to be happy. It gives the impression that the quality of the food is fine. Here we have them smoking, again, writing their letters. Down below, they're all together. They don't seem to be isolated. They're all still wearing their uniforms, which is significant. Smiling and happy. Some of them are smoking. And down below it says, soldiers, don't believe on the lie that you'll be treated badly in the prisoner of war camps. Go over to the side of the Red Army. Save yourself. After Hitler and his band have been overthrown, you will go back home safely. Here we are looking at the fourth and final page of the leaflet. This says the destroyed staff of a German division. And here it says the generals and officers have left in panic, leaving behind their vehicles, secret documents, flags, personal post, and their weapons. Below we have Russians going through the German equipment and taking what they want. This says this is what Hitler's promise will actually turn out to be to the German soldiers. And below it says, soldiers, the Hitler regime is doomed to be destroyed. End this illegal war against the Russian population that actually only wants friendship. Go over to the side of the Red Army. This 1941 propaganda film is called Soviet Harvest. And was actually produced in the English language for export to Soviet Russia's new allies. It has a runtime of 7 minutes and 28 seconds.
The savage German hordes have broken into the flourishing garden of our country. The ferocious beasts are stampeding through our fields, meadows, gardens, and vegetable plots. In the seized territories, the Hitler bandits sow death, terror, and destruction. Like their distant Teutonic ancestors, the fascists are warring for pillage, debauchery, and the enslavement of other nations. The great Soviet people have risen in battle against the savage German hordes. Our mother country is calling.
Das deutsche Volk fragt, wo liegt der Ausweg aus diesem blutigen Kriege? Gebt Antwort! Warum treten Hitler und seine Regierung nicht ab, da kein Land mit ihnen Frieden schließen will? Gebt Antwort! Warum schweigen die Führer? Gebt Antwort! So fragt das Volk. Aber es bekommt keine Antwort mehr.